guys, welcome to Girlfriends with Narcissist 101. I'm Kate. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Don't forget to hit the bell so you know when I upload more videos. Also like and share as well. Guys, the corporate narcissist, uses religion and culture to keep you trapped. They use that to keep you trapped. And, I'm a Christian. I'm sure other religions, other faiths as well, have this issue where people use what is in the holy book, remember which one you use, to get you to stay, to stay in the relationship, get you trapped. And then you have culture as well. If you come from where not being married is frowned upon, or coming out of a marriage is frowned upon. And sometimes this goes for a male or female, but it seems like some culture frowns at it more if a woman decides to leave the marriage, or if a man or a woman gets a divorce. Usually is hard. I mean, sometimes, the male and female being divorced gets attention, gets that same frowned upon, but usually works, for the females, for some cultures, So, but I remember when we, was still married to the narcissist, and one of his aunts that's, trying to make peace and whatever. And I believe this was the last one of this talk. So that's when I knew that besides everything else, like, no, so usually when she comes to do all this stuff, and she'll listen to, okay, this happened and they did this and they did that. Some of the stuff, like I'm saying, doesn't make any sense because, but I lived it, but I experienced it. So they're looking at you telling all these stories that happened. Let's see, he did this or he did that. And then they listen to that. And then the next thing you do, she'll get the Bible, and then she will read, certain page or certain verse from the Bible. And say, okay, we're gonna get to a point where we're gonna talk about this thing that just happened. But when you realize they read the book, almost most of the time it's directed, and I could be wrong here, but I'm telling you, it's directed at telling whoever it is that is suffering, whoever it is that is wrong, to do more, do more understanding, do have more patience, have more, you forgiving spirit, because the other person, it might be going through something. The other person is not themselves. The other person is like a child. Don't pay too much attention. Men are they're like kids, and actually I heard that as well. They're like kids, and this and that happen. Or you might have places where they're saying women are like children. You have to handle them with this and that, and so that's all you hear. So we're sitting there, and that's what was going on. So I'm like, okay, is anybody gonna address the fact that I said this man, took my credit cards for my, my purse, or that he keeps switching the batteries in the thermostat, or that, like, anybody is going to address this actual events, like I need to, ask him why he's doing this. Of course, at that time I don't know what this narcissist was, so I didn't even know I was wasting my time. Not only was I talking to the person that the aunt that thinks he can do no wrong, he's like a golden child, like. And then I have heard it in the Bible as well, and I have the culture where I came from, where it's frowned upon. That you're told to sit still, and let God handle it, because that's all I got from it. Let God handle it, and you're gonna pray some more. That's I heard that too. You're gonna pray for him because this isn't normal. And because all these things that you're saying doesn't make any sense. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I'm telling you, it happened. Yeah, we need to pray for him, and this doesn't make any sense. He needs prayers. So I look at him like, Okay, well, you all go ahead and do that prayer, and I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna just go. You all pray for him, But this is this was the last straw. Well, not the last straw, but this was one of the last gathering or resolution meeting or intervention that happened before it was over. But there has been like two or three before that happened, and that's what ends up happening with people. Is like you sit down, and this is the kind of conversation we have. They will come with their religion that it frowns upon. You can't be divorced. It's not allowed. God didn't approve it. Yet nobody's addressing the fact that this is what is going on. This is what you're experiencing. Rather, you are expected, to be more forgiving, to give more room or more time for the person to, figure themselves out. And then you're going to ask yourself why we are expected to be dancing around this person because somehow they need to get themselves together to stop hurting you. Who then is dancing around you to make sure you don't get hurt? Like nobody talks about that, but it talks about, the person that is being hurt is the one that is expected to be to be stronger. You're expected to be stronger. You're expected to be strong. You're supposed to have more strength to withstand more things that are going to happen because this person is not going through a normal thing. Something is happening, from year 1, 2, 3, 4 to 10. This person is having the same issues and obviously not interested in trying to fix those issues. But you are expected, by the way, to tolerate this person. You're expected to still have more patience, have more forgiving. Forgive everything. Pray for him. That's what you need to do. You need to pray. You pray for the person to heal. And so ends up people being trapped. Male or female, everybody, you are trapped because the religion doesn't allow you to, it's frowned upon that you want to do this. And then the narcissist itself, because this one that I married, use that as well. Because they use that you're not going to go anywhere. Because your religion kind of allows them to do what they want to do. So then in my own case, thought there wasn't anything I could do because my family is deep rooted in it. We Christians. My parents are in the high ranking positions in the church. So of course I'm not going to get a divorce, right? Like how can I walk out? What would people think? That. So this gave him the boost to give the confidence to keep doing more. So when you meet this post, he shifted a little bit more. When you get to that point, he will do more because they know that you're trapped by they know the faith. You're trapped by people around you telling you that, oh no, you can't do this. This is not allowed. You're trapped by the culture that tells you no. You can't. What would people think? You're going to bring shame. You're going to bring shame to the family if you divorce your wife. What would people think? That is a sign of irresponsibility. Although some cultures, when a man actually divorces a woman and leaves, it almost looked at like he saved himself. Versus when a woman actually leaves, it looks like you failed. It looked like you failed at something, and some cultures that's how it's looked at. When a man actually leaves a marriage, it looked like you redeemed yourself, you saved yourself from this evil person. Now, when a woman actually leaves, you failed at this. You couldn't hold the marriage. You can't hold the man. You couldn't hold the man. Well, like I said, don't get me wrong. At least where I come from, men that get a divorce and women are still, is still like frowned upon. But it's the women that do this bear the most brunt of it. They do. They really do. It's not as heavy as it is for the guys, but the women they get it, and it doesn't even matter what happened. You could be being physical abuse and emotional abuse. Somebody still tell you could have done the extra stuff. You could have done this more. I can tell you that I have distant relatives that believe that I could have, stayed a little longer and worked on it. Some men, this is how they are. Some this and this is how they behave. And you could have done this. You could have held on. I mean, Like I said, people that matter, that know you, immediate family members, know what you went, and those are the people that matter. You don't have time to convince the whole world that you rather have me carried out of the marriage than me walking out, because some people actually believe that it's best for you to be carried out of it, than to actually walk out of it. Why? Because the religion and the culture tells them, oh yeah, no, 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 no. This is, you always have to. And like I said, it's expected of the person that's being hurt to have all the strength in the world, to have all the patience in the world. Nobody's addressing their feelings. Nobody's addressing what they're going through. Nobody's actually, they're hearing them, but they're not listening. It's just, oh, something is going on with them. Something is going on with her. They need prayers, and they need that. And the narcissist who sees this utilizes this as a way for them to do what they want. Because why? Every single time you gather to do an intervention, or quote unquote, sit down and talk about it, it's gonna be blamed on somewhat on you. It's expectation. Excuses will be made for them. Excuses will be made for them of how they're not acting right. They need prayers. They need to be, they need to go to anger management class, which, my case that happened, which none of that, he thought it was a joke. He went over there and made fun of the people, so because they know you're trapped with the religion, they're trapped with the culture. So they keep doing, they keep doing more, because they know this thing will still hold you back. This thing will still hold you in the marriage. And it did for some of us for a while. It sure did to me, because yes, it did. Every time you sit there like, okay, maybe I should do more. But then everything, it gets worse. Things that's happening gets worse. Things that's going on, it gets crazier. It's like almost like, oh, you think that was the problem? Well, check this out. And then the next thing you see is like, is even something more crazy happens. And then you guys come down again and they talk about the family members that come and like, oh, okay, wait, you should go to the counseling, or you should do this, because some people need some type of prayer. Some people need some type of this, and that's all you hear. And that, like I said, at the end of the day, usually for all of this is that the person that is suffering the most, the person that is being hurt, is expected to have the strength, is expected to be the most forgiving person in the room, is expected to do more. It's almost like you come out of it like you are not doing enough. While the other person takes full advantage of this, because they know the culture will still hold them, the religion will still make people make excuses for them, and that's what happened. So when that lady, his aunt, was like, "Oh, we need prayers for them, for him, and this is not normal. Let's read, we're reading the Bible, and then we're gonna, pray for him. All he needs is prayers." And I'm like, "Yeah, you go ahead and do that. I'm gonna head out." All right, guys, get a hold of your mind, and everything's fall into place. Please like and share. Take